have you guys here today. My name's Mike Legg with Petroglyph, Chris Lena with Trion Worlds, and we're working together to create what we feel is the world's first true world-class MMO RTS, or massively multiplayer online real-time strategy game. And so what we're doing is, first and foremost, we are making a real-time strategy game for real-time strategy gaming fans. And then what we're doing is layering in what we think is great about MMO games. And what that is we're bringing in massive scale and massive amounts of players and allowing people to be able to play across in a worldwide experience 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and just have a really cool gaming experience that's online running around the clock. And what we do is, Chris is showing some of the world stats here. When we start the game, when you start playing End of Nations, you're going to find that we're about 30 years into the future of the world. We're about 30 years into from where we are today. And what's happened is the worldwide economy has continued to collapse. We've been in some economic trouble lately in the world, and now the economy has continued to decline. And what's happened is the entire world, nations have fallen apart, economies have collapsed, nobody has any more money, borders are questionable, people are running out of food, and there's just worldwide anarchy across the planet. An advanced military organization that has orchestrated this global collapse now rises to power, and we call them the Order of Nations. And here's one of their super units right here. They rule with an iron fist, and their dictate is to the world: join them and become part of the Order of Nations or be exterminated. So they promise prosperity and peace and food and safety, but it comes with an extreme price because people lose their civil liberties. And what we have is, you have friends lists. So like in an MMO, you can friend up with other people that are playing in your game, in the game world, and build a friends list so that you can find online friends. We also have guild members. So we have what we call coalitions. They're equivalent of guilds in traditional MMOs. So you can form up teams with other players and form coalitions to play together and to battle and have organized groups or clans. We can see current events. We can see games in progress. And that's really, really cool too, because when you log in, you can look across the planet, see where people are battling and what they're doing, and you can drop in and just observe in like a televised state and watch what's happening in the game. You don't have to go into the battle, but you can watch the battle. So if you're, say, a lower level player and there's some high level players battling against one of these big massive units here, you can go in and watch and see what kind of strategies they're doing and kind of see what's to come, and kind of see what's happening there. So that's something very cool. You can see the new missions that might become available to you that you can accept, and when you go out and complete a mission, you'll gain rewards, you'll gain experience and achievements, you'll gain. You also can see the world map and where everybody is, and what we're going to do now is we're going to take you over to your headquarters. So, as a commander, you have a persistent headquarters in the game world. And it's at a geographic location somewhere in the world. Chris has a jungle base here somewhere in South America, and you can see it's some pretty nice prime real estate. We got waterfalls off in the distance. And when you start out as a level 1 player, you have a smaller base. And as you advance through the game, you'll get bigger and bigger headquarters and gain more real estate to build more locations. And at these headquarters are where you're going to build factories. You're going to build super weapons, you're going to build crafting facilities, you're going to build infrastructure, and you're going to also build, we're going to have an armory, which Chris is going to go over to, and in your armory underground is where you store your vast army of units. So in this game, not only in your headquarters, you have a persistent army, and you can have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of units. When we launch the game, there's going to be hundreds of units available to be able to collect into your army. And Chris is looking around here for his commander class. You can see he's looking at some different sets of units. These are units that he has not collected yet, but these are essentially available in the game, the ghosted ones. And the ones that are solid are ones that he has already acquired. One of the big features of this game is cooperative player versus environment gameplay. And over on the show floor, we've got a video running where we show 51 players playing in co-op PvE. And we're not we're not demoing that here at the show, because what we're doing here at Cologne at GC is we're showing off PvP. So Chris just chose a map. He just went and looked at the world map and found a map where, is it 20 people?
Yeah.
Okay, so Chris just joined into a map where over in the hallway, over in hall 9 over there, there's 10 on 10 PvP live playing right now, where people, and then you can also have private ones where if we just want to play privately, like my friends and your friends, we're going to go and play. We can set it to be private too, where we jump in and play together and have fun, or we can go in. This one is a public one where you can just drop in by yourself and join up with a bunch of other people and just start having a big combat. And so it's a red team versus blue team situation. And what you can see now is, for the RTS gamer, this is the RTS UI that you're used to seeing in RTS. So here's your unit tray. You can see your health bars. You see units that are taking damage. You can see where your radar map is. On this side, this is going to be more familiar to MMO players. You have your level bar, your level, you have a commander power here, and these are all your special abilities right here that you collect through your commander's talent tree. So if you're a strike commander or a tank commander or an artillery commander, you have a customizable talent tree to what certain types of abilities you can use in combat depending on who you are. And another thing is, even if you're an artillery player, you can still bring tanks into the game if you want. There's no problem. And what you do is you put all your units in your unit tray, and it gives you a total of how many point values you have based on the number of units that you have in play. And what's really neat about this is what you can take when you go into a world location or a battle zone in the world. They're all based and ranked on scores of total points. So in real low level instances that you want to go battle in, you actually can collect smaller units with smaller points and take them into battle. And then as you get higher level, you're going to be able to get more units with higher point values, and you're going to be able to combine them into bigger point valued instances to go battle in with other players. So it lets you, as a player, if you're a very high level player and your friend is a very low level player, you can still go and play with your friend and have a lot of fun, because you just can take some of your lower level units into the map and just drag them out of your armory and go in and play and have a fun experience with somebody. So you don't get that disparity where I'm too high level to have fun with you because I've advanced faster, and so we don't want to have that problem. If you chose the wrong faction, that's okay, because at the end of the season, you can actually choose a different faction to align yourself with. Now this doesn't affect your PvE experience at all, because you're playing the PvE campaign separately as a resistance fire, so that it doesn't hurt you. So for the PvPer, you can have fun playing in the season, or you can just come into these public maps and just jump in and have a lot of fun as well. That it doesn't necessarily have to be tied into the metagame that's running. But we just think the metagame kind of creates a really cool scenario, because people are going to want to join up with the different factions and actually win, because they're going to get access to certain technologies, certain weapons, certain ammunition types, and certain units in their army that they wouldn't normally get to unless they won the PvP season for that group.